So, good morning. About a week and a half ago, I was driving and I suddenly got a squealing noise from the front left. And it sounded like something got sucked into the wheel bearings. And as we can see, we got a little tiny play in here. It went away after about a minute or so. And it came back 2 days ago, but I have ordered already the new bearings, wheel bearings, and of course I forgot to order the rear seal. So they're going to be here next week, but I'm going to take it off and take a look at it anyway, because I also ordered 2 new shocks, as we can see here on these ones. They may have had better days, so I'm going to see if I'm going to put them in. I'm going to take this apart to just inspect it, and I will be back at that point. Okay, so here is the evidence. Front bearing, and of course I cannot get the old race out at the moment. I'll show you. The inner seal is fine. So is the inner bearing. One of the previous owners fixed this, and I have some markings in here, but we have to get a press in order to get this bearing out, which is not very easy to get out. I tried it with the hammer, as you can see, on the inside carefully, but to no avail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order an extra bearing and just put it together, because this will last for another 100-200 miles without doing anything, and until we have gotten the press, and then I'm going to fix all of this. By that time the new rear seal should be here. We should be good to go. So I'm going to put it back together. Okay, so we got this thing now back nailed together here for the moment, and now we're going to take a look at the bearing which came out here, which appears really to be one of those no-name bearings. There's nothing on there. And we can see this. This is how this bearing failed. And I got now exactly 19,300 some miles on the car since I fixed the odometer. And at that point, that was in December of 2020, was when I checked the tension of the nut on those, and I retensioned them properly. So this bearing has 19,300 miles on it until it failed a week ago, a little bit over a week. We got all of those here. They're all here. The only thing what I fished out is all of these parts and this thing here, which I got in a rack, which came out with the grease. And I usually buy these bearings here from Rock Auto. These are NTNs or NSKs. They're made in Japan. And they come with the race, and like I said, I couldn't get the race out until Clay and I were going to get a 20-ton press, and then I will replace everything. So what this person did, the previous owner, is at one point or another he replaced the bearings which were in there, and that looks like one of those bearing kits where you get the whole bearing with the races and the rear seal, all in one package for like $5 of Amazon, something like this. And that's how long they lasted. I would say that bearing may have had 30,000 miles on it to be nice, maybe even 50,000, where these here should last 75,000 to 100,000. So there will be a part 2 when we get the 20-ton press over it plays out. And then we're going to change the shocks, and we're going to do that. And then on the air compressor, on my AC air compressor, the coil went out 2.5 weeks ago. So what I did is I bought a used compressor, and I took the coil off because I got the compressor for $80. The clutch kit with coil is $229. The new compressor is $279. So I went for $80 with free shipping and tax. And now I have to see if I can get the the compressor loosened up so I can angle it down and get to it from the front. I got the puller tool was $6 over at AutoZone, and it works like a charm. It came right out. I could actually turn it out by hand, and it was no problem on the other one. That's the update here for the moment. We're also going to show you the front end stuff on the 450 SEL here in a week or 2 weeks from now. Until then, have a great weekend.